Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Tractorman 44 here. Hey, I tell you guys all the time how this thing with this A-frame shaped axle is made to change positions, change elevation for tall guys to work side by side or short guys to work side by side. Or if you have the desire, you can put it all the way down on the ground and work down there, or just use that position down low to roll large pieces up to break them 2 or 3 times into manageable pieces. And right now, today, that's what I think we're going to do. Right behind me here, I've got a selection of red oak. It's been cut for about a year, a little over a year maybe, and it goes from 20, 22 inch up to 36 inch on the biggest ones. We may or may not get to the big ones, today. I'm going to go ahead and set this down on the ground, and I'm going to kind of give you a rough idea how this thing works and how we use it to our benefit. Now, I don't have the relief valve set very high on this guy here, simply because I like to go into relief before we do any damage to anything. But the whole idea for me is to protect the machinery, because this is all made out of just salvage yard materials. It's all used scrap material with very, very little exception for some of the new parts. But hey, let's see if this whole thing will fire back up again today. Did a cold start on it the last video. I did just fired right off after setting several months. So yeah, I think it'll fire right up. got a little bit of a start. There's 30 or 40 more pieces over there, ranging all the way from the small ones are about 20, and the biggest ones I know are about 34, maybe even 36. And a lot of you guys think, well, this is kind of counterproductive. Here you're going to have to handle it again. Yes, but you got to stop and think. I tell you guys all the time, we like to split and throw directly into the wood pile. So I'm going to show you where I've got a staged pile that have been sawn off of the log pile for the wood splitter back right in, and then we're going to pull right off of that staged pile, split, and go right into that section of the woodshed. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this. Push it down to that pile with the Kubota, stack it right there, have it ready for its turn, on the splitter with very little effort. If I bust it to completion right here, then I've got to deal with throwing all these pieces and everything back there. And if I put the splitter back there, I don't have any way to get these through that confined space to work on the splitter to break it down small enough to throw straight into the wood pile. Again, I'm not a professional processor or anything like that. This is just, homeowner for homeowner use and all that. So my ideas are just that. They're just my ideas, and it's just how I've been doing it for so long, It just kind of becomes second nature. But you get a rough idea of how much easier it is to roll those big pieces up onto this beam sitting down here on the ground than it would be for me to try to get them up waist high in order to split. That's just the way we do it, Before you go, I show you the staging pile, and I give you a rough idea of the pile that I still have to block like this before we stage it for splitting. Here's a couple more right here by the splitter I could have grabbed and busted right now, but nah, the video is long enough. You guys got the understanding what I'm doing. And you can see all the way over there, that's a good big old pile. There's, like I said, about 30 without counting. That's what those 4, 5, 6 pieces was we just busted. This is what they grew into. You can see I just kind of tossed them down here towards the staging pile in large enough pieces to where it won't be that much to move. Like I said, push with the Kubota and then just stack them on this pile right behind me. The hole right there in the middle with that block of wood, that's where the beam's going to set on for my working height. And here's my staging pile here. And just for comparison, I'll go stand next to the staging pile. So you can see we kind of like to stack it fairly high because we get a whole lot in a real tight place, and we can bust it and throw right straight in the woodshed just as easy as can be. And this is Tractor Man 44, and I'm out of here.